Gabriel Simon. I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Journalism and Communication. Well, I've been serving here for a number of years, since the establishment of the school itself. Here, it's one of the prominent faculties in Addis Ababa University. It has graduate and undergraduate programs. At the moment, we are focusing on journalism studies, basically print and broadcast, radio and television, both in undergraduate and graduate. We have general courses for all students, but then we have also specialized courses for radio, for television, and for print media. In addition to that, we hope to contribute to the establishment of the university-wide community radio here. Quite a number of interested individuals, students, are coming to our institution, and they are doing some training and exercises on how to edit, how to produce programs on radio. So we plan to contribute a lot to that. As far as radio programming or radio is concerned, obviously this has become quite popular in this country. We have different types, as you would guess. We have the commercial radios, their number increasing from time to time, though slowly, because the market has not yet been aggressively exploited, or at least you've got to develop the market itself. We have also a number of community radios that are evolving. We have also the national radio. So as far as variety is concerned, in fact, what is showing variety is radio rather than television or even print, if you like. So radio production, radio by itself, is the most important medium that will be useful in this country because of the topography as well. Not only the topography, the multi-ethnic society that we have obviously would call for radio broadcasters in different languages as well. And these radio broadcasters should be done by trained individuals, not just because the person speaks that language, but because he has the requisite training for doing it. Therefore, this is an area that has not yet been developed and needs to be developed, needs to be focused on. And I hope this is one of our priorities in our school.
You touched on community radio before. How is that evolving?
Yes, my point, my understanding about the community radio is that many people do not understand the value of community radio. There have been a number of efforts exerted, both by the government, by UN agencies, and by us as well, for training of people who could work in community radio. But I think the efforts, though there were efforts, and there are, I think a lot has to be done for people to understand the use of community radio. What comes in front is obviously the funding of community radio, because the community itself has to fund the running of the radio. It's not for commercial profit purposes. But people have to know that community radio is something that's near you, that can give you information you need, updates you, informs you, educates you, and entertains you. It's so near to you. That sense has to evolve. And as a result of which, possibly so far it hasn't, as a result, it has not been as fast, its development has not been as fast as one would expect it to be. But I think efforts are being exerted for its development in this country.
Finally, I wanted to ask you about journalism in Ethiopia. Now, of course, Ethiopia is not viewed as a particularly friendly environment to journalism, shall we say, as one of the highest incarceration rates for journalists in the world. How do you deal with that? Is that an opportunity to you, or is that something that worries you, or is it changing?
I would say it is an opportunity and a challenge. Where there is high polarization, I think what is affected is obviously the media, in one way or another. When you have high political stability and less polarization, media thrives. But media could thrive, or they could thrive, only when the political stability is achieved. And bit by bit, I think that is coming. That I feel is coming. There are good and positive signs in this country that political skirmishes, political struggles are becoming the normal way, on the normal strand, as a result of which they don't in fact become obstacles for the development of media. So I would feel that those things are challenges, and I think there are promising signs for media development in this country, and that this school can prove its worth by trying to cope with the challenges themselves.
So you're optimistic?
Yes, I am, certainly.